Hi, glad you could join me again for my illustration tutorials, and welcome to this series on how to draw cartoon characters. Okay, our next cartoon character is that crazy little guy from the deep blue sea, Spongebob Squarepants. Before we start, of course, remember to subscribe, hit that button, that would be great, thank you very much. Right, okay, now although Spongebob Squarepants is supposed to be like a sea sponge, it's actually shaped like a household sponge. So basically, you draw a kind of slightly wonky square, kind of curve at the top like that, on the bottom, and then kind of angled out slightly like that, and you'll see the side of it coming in like that. This is the rough shape, and then he's kind of fixed onto the top of what looks like an old TV set or something quite weird. Like that, and part of that of course is meant to be his uniform. He's got a collar and tie down there, and another kind of line coming across here, and also some lines coming in here. His arms stick out there either side, so you've got one little arm sticking out here with the usual 3 fingers that a cartoon character has, and his kind of shirt sleeve, his arms sticking out here very roughly, yeah, like that. Let's do his face now. Okay, big eyes, big round eyes, just above the centre line here, and at the corner of this eye there's a kind of cheek shape that comes in there. Okay, and the other eye slightly behind that one there comes in there, and from this point here I see no sort of springing out like that. Okay, and just below that we have a kind of pointed shape for the side of the mouth, a wee bit like the Simpsons, you know, that kind of shape there, coming up to there, and then 2 great big teeth sticking out, and characteristic, and then his grin coming from about here, and his smile coming up to the top. You can see a bit of his tongue coming in there, and then a kind of underlip shape coming in there, and then in the middle his eyes like that. Okay, and he has big kind of rectangular eyelashes sticking up like that. Weird. Very effective. And then of course, because he's a sponge, he has these kind of circular kind of dimple shapes, if you like, on his face, almost like freckles, you know. And below that of course we have his funny wee cone shaped trousers, short trousers, and then his wee thin legs sticking out from below them, and then really basic kind of cartoon shaped feet coming down to a big kind of curve there, going up to a heel shape, big curve there and a heel, and then a kind of bit of a wee circle there. That's a highlight which you'll see when I colour the shoes in black later. But there's the sketch shape. Before I go on to inking in, let's put the actual curves in. So in fact you've got these kind of curvy shapes coming down, wrinkly shapes coming around the edge of the sponge, like that, curving up and then curving, and then into the slope here. Can feel your hand, wouldn't have to be regular, you know, and then one in the middle coming down there and underneath. Okay, so that's our Spongebob Squarepants shape kind of roughed in for you. So let's go to the inking in now. Right, okay, let's start with the outline. Let's start with this curve here. Let's make it slightly bigger up here, coming across like that. I'll adjust it as I'm going and bring that out a wee bit wider too, into that corner, and bring this one in like that, down there, and this side one coming in, and going underneath, join to there. Okay, and the eyes, it's a nice big circular eyes coming into that cheek shape there and stop. You draw that weird little cheek shape there, okay? And the other eye coming in just behind that one. And then imagine that line carrying down and appearing there again. Now his nose springing up from there as well. Okay, and then this quite Simpsons-like mouth curving out to that point there. And then his big teeth, two big square-ended teeth like that. And his mouth coming out from behind him, going up to that point there. And then inside you have his tongue appearing like that, and this little kind of curvy shape underneath for his lip. Alright, now let's go up to these eyelashes now. Quite blunt end like that. Okay, and then the actual pupils of the eyes themselves, the black bit in the centre, like that. Okay. Right, let's do the arms now. There's the sleeve of his shirt coming out. One wee thin arm coming out like that, out to the palm of the hand, and the thumb split out slightly, as do the fingers at the ends, like that. The wee line for his palm there. And over here we have the other shirt sleeve with his thin arm springing out from there. And again, split out that end slightly for each finger too. And that comes in like that. And the palm shape coming in there. And then his collar, two triangles, another triangle there, and one going down not quite to the bottom there. And you get this strange kind of underside here coming down, going up at an angle like that. Put that one in first. Let's see, going up to there. Right, and then this line, which is parallel to these. And below that you've got these three, no, there's one, two, coming up behind that, like slots almost, like that. And one in here. Okay, and then below that we have the kind of conical shapes of his trouser bottoms. Then there's your legs sticking out from there. Okay, actually got three curves on his socks. And we have these very simple shaped, maybe slightly bigger, cartoon feet shapes. Like that, okay. Now I'm going to do this just in black and white, but because these, if I put these in the black, it'd be too kind of too obvious. I think what you do is I'll use a grey pen, and I'll put them in with a grey pen like that, so the tone is slightly down and not as hard as they should be. Okay, like that. And there, and there, and there's three wee kind of freckles on his cheek as well. Okay, right. So I'm going to move on now, and I'm going to use the well, come back here a second. We're going to actually colour in his eyes there, just with the grey. I won't do these grey because I think that'll be enough just now. Right, and I'll move on to the black now, and shade in the bits which are meant to be solid black, like these. Okay, and I'll do this inside of his mouth, which is kind of very dark red, if you're going to use colour. But with if it's just black and white, white and grey, you can use black for that bit. It can make it quite graphic, you know. And shade it into there, into his tongue shape, and up between his teeth. And around to there. Yeah, that's looking quite cool. And the feet now. Remember, leave that great big white highlight on each one. It makes them look shiny. We'll see in a minute. Okay, this one here. Excellent. Right, so there's Spongebob Squarepants, that crazy little underwater guy. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you can join me for my next tutorial when I'll be doing another cartoon character for you. But in the meantime, of course, all the best and happy drawing.